Right.
All right, let's delve back into our hockey memories here before we end off the podcast. I'm gonna bring up a nice little memory here that I have of when I was a kid in elementary school. So I was still pretty young. I had a certain bedtime that I couldn't break even during the playoffs because little Mike needed his sleep. I had to wake up super early to catch the bus. So this was during the Halak Habs playoff run. I remember in Montreal, this was a crazy run. Everyone was. It kind of reminded me a bit of the this past year's run. A little bit less crazy because this year was insane with especially with COVID. Everyone was so hyped. The city was losing its mind because we've been so deprived of joy during COVID with all the restrictions. Anyway, this reminds me a bit of the Halak run too, where everyone was so overjoyed and so excited for this team. This is the year we lost to the Flyers, I think, actually. Pretty sure. Anyway, the point is, all I remember is I used to stay up super late, listen to these games on my grandfather's old radio. It was this old brown radio that we had, and I'd have to pick up the station like with the little turnstiles. It didn't have anything crazy.
Like the automatic. Yeah.
So I had to like pick up the station like that. I think I listened to TSN 690 at the time, and I still do because that's like the Habs radio station in Montreal. So I'd use my grandfather's old radio in my room next to my bed, and I'd like listen to it super late at night, trying to fall asleep while listening to the game. Obviously, my heart's pounding. I'm not sleeping. I'm listening to the game. So I remember doing that as a kid. That was so fun. Whenever the games would go late, that's what I was doing. And I always remember after the games, they'd be playing, especially if we won, they'd play one of Lady Gaga's songs. Because at the time, Lady Gaga was huge. She still is big, but like this was peak Lady Gaga, and like everyone loved her in Montreal, especially with Bad Romance when that song came out. So that song and Lady Gaga has a special place in my heart as well because of this fun little playoff run that the Habs had with Halak before we let him go to St. Louis. So that's just kind of like a fun memory I want to share with you guys. Listen to my grandfather's old radio that he gave to my dad before he passed away, and I listened to Bad Romance after the Habs games, and that was always a nice memory. So that song, that radio, and that team always has a special place in my heart.
We're gonna have to have an outro to our podcast with Bad Romance.
Let's not get copyright striked. I'll pass, but we can sing it if you guys want.
You got this, man. You know it heart. You probably know it by heart.
No. There's no chance. I haven't heard it in a while. But
mine. You done?
No, go ahead.
Okay. All right. Mine is obviously 2014 was a good year to be a Rangers fan. Sorry, lazy. Much love, bro. But yeah, 2014 was awesome, and I got the pleasure of getting to go to Game 6 of the Pittsburgh series, which was at home, and it was, for those of you guys that don't know, that was when Marty St. Louis lost his mom, and so Game 6 was on Mother's Day, and I got to go to the game on Mother's Day at the Garden, and he scored in that game, and I don't think I ever have, and I don't think I ever will hear a building be louder than when he scored that goal. Like this place was like shaking from, like, I've never seen anything like that, never been a part of anything like that, and just to see him score, and like it was just like the craziest goal too. It just bounced off his shin pad, like it just had no, like, he didn't even do it. He was just standing there, and the puck just bounced off him and went in. But it was just like just in that moment, in that run, that goal, like when that happened, you just knew that the team was gonna win and that they were gonna win that series. And that was just I hope we can get back to something like that someday. But I don't know, man. That was, I think that was the best I'll ever see, or at least for a long time. And just that whole run, just seeing them after that, and the Montreal series. I mean, it's a shame that Price went out, because I think it would have been fun to see Price and Hank go at it, because that was peak both. That was peak Hank and Price.
Yeah.
So that would have been fun.
I hate Chris Carter, man.
Yeah.
But you know what? Hockey makes a great point in chat. It was meant to happen. He was meant to score that goal. I'm sure his mom was watching over that game, and
absolutely,
he was meant to score that goal. And I think, honestly, even as anybody who's a hockey fan, seeing that goal, you were kind of moved. You're like, okay, like, let's go.
Yeah, those goals happen. Those goals happen. They're
Sports is crazy like that.
You got a gift.
Yeah.
It's a lot more than
Yeah.
just a sport.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's when the game means more than hockey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got, Berta? What's yours?
I got so many,
2011. It's
but
gotta be 2011.
yeah,
2011.
you can probably guess it. You can probably guess it. But I got so many, but I'll say probably like one of my first favorite hockey moments was probably the Burrows goal in overtime against Chicago.
Slaying the dragon, baby.
Yeah, man, the call was great, but like building up to that, we were good for a few years, and then we had a crazy regular season. Previous 2 years, we lost to Chicago twice, and like I was a Canucks fan before that, but it was like that was like the first time I'm really like this team is really good. I really latched onto that core: Luongo, Kessler, Burrows, Bieksa, Sedins. Right, that's like my first core I really latched onto, and yeah, I like losing to Chicago back-to-back years. I honestly, that was my first like hate for any team. I was just like, "Are you kidding me again, again?" And I just hated Patrick Kane. I hated hearing Chelsea Daggers so much, over and over again. And then we were up 3-0 against Chicago in 2011 in the series, and then we lost Game 4, and then we lost Game 5, and then we lost Game 6. And I'm like, "Are you serious? Are we gonna lose 3 years in a row?" We're winning 1-0 in the game in Game 7. Taves ties it so late in the game, and then Burrow's like, "Oh my goodness!" It was such a random. He just grabbed the puck, and I was just so random, and I lost it, man. I lost it. My dad lost it. He doesn't like. He watches the games like he's been here since like the start of the Canucks as organization, and he's watched all of them, and he doesn't usually get super hyped. But that time, him and I got very, very, very hyped, and that's definitely a moment. Like even if I watch it now, I'll get goosebumps, man. Like it's definitely probably my favorite up there. Hockey moments. There are many other, but that's the one that I'll always get goosebumps watching, for sure.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
that sounds like a good one too. Alex
Yeah, I'm
Burrows,
not even
famous
a fan. I'm not even a fan. I like watching that one,
Mhm.
man.
Yeah,
Alex
That was
Burrows,
good.
famous NHL assistant coach in Montreal.
yeah. How
He's
do
assistant
how's that
coach
like
there?
him?
I don't know. This coaching staff is kind of bad. It's,
Is it bad? Okay, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I haven't seen or heard anything from him. I just know he's there.
I'm not gonna blame him. I think I don't know. A lot of people dislike Dominic Ducharme right now, in
Right.
Montreal. Like, yeah. So like, yeah. Anyway, I don't want to go on because I want to focus more on the memories here. But yeah, let's just say Burrows is honestly. I like Burrows as a coach, but I think he's a little too young. Like, he's still like a little too inexperienced to be
Still learning.
an NHL
Yeah.
coach. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's fair.
But nice memory though. I love Burrows as a player. Honestly, he was so fun. He was so like, he was that grit you need on a team. You know what I mean? He was that guy that would get you the big goals and would go to the net. You know, he reminds me a lot of Gallagher reminds me a lot of him. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and so when he played with Sedins, like that was always such a fun line.
Mhm.
The three of them together. So yeah, that was definitely a good memory for sure.
Yeah, I think one we probably all share is the golden goal, though. I think that's probably one we
Oh
all
yeah.
all loved. Which so again sucks we can't see Olympics.
Yeah, not me.
Not Nick.
Not you?
Not me. Nope.
Not the
But you
American
like-
man.
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't.
Oh, goodness.
can't love that
yeah,
one.
definitely
Yeah,
not
that
Nick.
one hurt, man. You know
I
which one
completely
I
forgot.
liked? I liked the tying goal, but was it Parise?
I think it was Kessler.
Parise.
Oh no,
Or
it was
Kessler?
yeah.
It was one of the, I don't remember, but I like the
Yeah, I
tying
remember.
goal a lot. But yeah, the golden one, that one hurt.
Oh.
That one
Nick,
hurt.
do you
But I
remember the-
respect it. I respect it. That was very cool,
you
even though it
remember-
was against us.
Do you
It was
remember the
very
World
cool.
Junior Tournament where Taves and Oshie took like every shootout?
Yeah.
That was crazy. Like,
That's-
how
Wait,
does
the-
that
yeah.
happen?
The Olympics?
No, it was. I thought it was
World
the
Junior.
World
Yeah,
Junior.
World Juniors too. Oh, okay.
It was
Yeah.
Canada versus US and Oshie.
Well, I know.
and
I mean, we
Taves
all
took
know the
every-
Oshie 2014 one, and that one was weird too because I'm Russian, so like I was kind of like cheering for Russia a little bit too. Like I'm mixed,
Mhm.
like I cheer for the U.S. and Russia.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
seeing that, I was like, oh man, like this is really cool, but this also hurts because I want to see Russia
It's
do well. And yeah,
because
So
Canada
this is
won
gonna hurt
Sochi,
either
but
way.
like, who won silver?
Sweden.
Then-
It was
Sweet-
Sweden.
oh, yeah.
And so
Well,
who got bronze?
Finland got bronze, I think.
Yeah.
So U.S. and Russia both didn't make it.
Yeah. I think that's how it was.
Damn.
Who did Finland play in the?
I think it was Russia. They played
It's
Russia.
probably Russia then. I think U.S. got
Yeah.
like
No,
got pretty
I don't
unlucky.
think that. No
yeah,
way.
I think
Hold
U.S.
on.
got
Let
unlucky with
me
their round.
Yeah,
Who they
fact
faced
check.
in their round robin.
I don't think Russia got in. I want to say it was the Czechs or it's probably the Czechs. I think.
The Czechs are always like sneaky good. Like, they're always like
Yeah,
that.
well,
They're that
okay,
team that
it's
can
Canada.
upset. You know what I mean? But that was
Okay,
the underdog.
Oh, go on. Yeah.
So you had
Who's the U.S.?
Was the US?
Yeah.
Canada and Sweden in the gold medal game. So Canada beat Sweden 3-0. And
I
then
think
Carey Price?
Finland beat the
And then-
U.S. Finland beat the U.S. I think it was a blowout.
5-0.
Yeah. Yeah.
Russia lost to Finland. And then Finland lost to Sweden. And then the US lost to Canada.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was the year we were just too stacked. That was probably what Canada, like, one of their best teams.
But
I
like
think,
that
for
was
sure.
the Chris Kunitz team, right? That was the year they had Chris Kunitz with Crosby, I thought.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, that defense was
And
stacked. Like
they
Subban was
dubbed-
like the 7th guy.
Yeah,
They dubbed
yeah.
St. Louis. They didn't let St. Louis play, even though he was one of the best players in the league at that moment,
Yeah.
because he was having beef with Yzerman.
Remember when they
Mhm.
when the USA team left out Kessel? He was just like, I don't know, man.
Oh.
He was just like so.
yeah,
baffled.
they did. Yeah.
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 Yeah, they didn't want him for some reason. I don't know why. I
That
don't know
was
what they
prime
were-
Kessel too.
Wait,
I'm
who
pretty sure that was
coached?
prime
Wait,
Kessel.
who coached that team?
I think it was the coach who didn't like him.
Was it
I can't
Tortorella?
remember.
No, it wasn't Tortorella.
Bro, if they had Tortorella coaching a
If it was
US
Tortorella,
Olympic
yeah,
team,
no way
oh my
Kessel would ever
god,
be
I'd be
on.
so mad. If I was a star player going to the Olympics and Tortorella was the coach, damn man, that's the worst coaching choice you could make. No offense to Tortorella, I'm sure he's a very smart guy and a great coach, but like,
It was Dan Bilesma.
okay,
Dan
that makes more
Bilesma.
sense.
Okay.
That makes more sense. The Penguins coach at the time, I think.
Yeah, there you go. That's why Kunitz and Crosby were together like that. But it worked out. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like, yeah, the Penguins were so good at that time, and they're still pretty good, but like,
Still good.
Like,
Yeah,
that
they're
was-
getting healthy too.
yeah,
You
but
know,
like they were
coming
like
back.
they were
Yeah.
like good. You know what I mean? Like the mid 2010s, like they were so good. The Penguins, man.
But they couldn't win, and then they won when everyone thought they were past it.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
won back to back.
Yeah,
And
they
they-
beat
they
your
hurt.
San Jose Sharks.
Yeah, they hurt Ponchi along the way.
It's funny
Man,
how that works.
I was rooting for San Jose in that one.
Yeah,
Really?
I wanted
Versus
Joe and
San Jose
Marlowe to
won.
get one in San
Yeah.
Jose.
Mm.
I think by the time they got to Pittsburgh, though, San Jose was they were just dead, man. Like Joe Thornton could barely skate. I think he had
Oh
torn.
yeah, they're
I think-
super injured.
He
I think we
tore
found
his
out he had
Achilles.
He had ACL and MCL sprains in the same foot.
And he tore his Achilles.
How the frick was this guy walking? Like he had one foot that he couldn't even use. Like what the
I don't know how these guys
It's
go
crazy.
on in playoffs. Just in general, like
Nah,
A
Yeah.
lot of anesthesia.
a lot of painkillers, man. Like these guys are
Yeah.
warriors, and yeah, I feel kind of bad every now and then when we bash on players because like at the end of the day, like, these guys are amazing athletes, and
yeah.
troopers,
Yeah.
man.
We're
But-
bashing the best of the best.
Yeah, but they
Yeah.
get paid millions of dollars, so you know what, they can put up with my antics and our antics,
Just a little
So
bit. Yeah.
and they
If they
probably
ever
don't even
hear
know
us,
we
if they ever hear
exist,
us.
so
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
fine. But that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.